here. I don't want to say anything I can't take back.
Yeah, because you about to.
I was just trying to put the pieces together. But anyway, so should we talk about it? Should we talk about the brawl?
Let's talk about it.
Let's dissect.
Finally, we can talk about it.
We've been under a strict policy of non-disclosure for many weeks now.
Jesus.
How long ago was that? 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, like 2 weeks.
2 weeks ago.
It was on a Thursday, I want to say.
I forget, but this is
About a week ago.
You know what? Who did I do? Oh, I interviewed ABBA from ABBA and Preach right before it. Amazing interview, like super heartfelt 2-hour conversation. And then right after that, I sit down with Lil Kelpy and Almighty Suspect because they had a contentious exchange, to put it mildly, on the episode with Sharp. And I just wanted to do an episode with Kelpy where I just like had a real conversation with him. And
Cat.
So you thought I thought that was gonna happen?
You didn't think that was gonna happen, but you was like, it's gonna be spicy.
Well, you know what?
I was trying to create a resolution with Suspect. I didn't know it was gonna go there. I thought the tempers were gonna be pushed down.
Adam,
Listen, I learned enough from you. The puppet master put the things together.
Listen,
and made great content.
I put Suspect on there because I thought that maybe they would have like another argument.
Adam knows.
Yeah, that's what I said.
They just did an hour-long
episode.
because listen, if I sit there with Kelpy, I'm gonna be hella encouraging to him. I'm gonna be like, yes, bro, like here's how you're gonna do your podcast, your YouTube channel. Here's how you're gonna pimp hoes. Here's how you're gonna fucking manage their OnlyFans. I could teach this motherfucker mad shit, but I'm also like, that might be kind of boring if I'm just sitting there talking to him and we don't have a voice that is like a contrarian. Well, so I thought it made sense.
But here's where you fucked up, right? if you're trying to play moderator, why the fuck were you not sitting in the middle?
That's a great point.
The whole thing could have been avoided.
But based on my reaction time, it would not have mattered.
Yes. Based on how you move, it'd have probably been worse if you probably would have had a heart attack as soon as all
it would have probably been funnier, but I don't really see myself getting up out of the chair any faster. Like my reaction time is so fucking bad in that clip. I look like Abe Simpson. It's like, fuck, this is a person who like exercises and eats well. It really makes me like, oh, that weed is whooping your ass.
But Adam, would you really have stopped it though?
I tried. It just took me a little bit to get over there.
This ain't trying. That nigga said it.
His first
thought was to run.
His first 5 steps were backwards.
No, don't.
I almost dipped. I almost went in my office.
and locked the door and grabbed the
There's no lock. I'm about to put my foot against the door. No, but like, dude, okay. I got out that chair way too slow. Like I almost walked away and then I like kind of like recoil and I'm like, okay, I got to get in there. And then like, I'm going to like put my arms around Suspect, but he's raining blows upon him. So like for every punch he throws, he's winding back up. So it's like he's throwing bows backwards at me and I'm just like, duh. Like I don't want to get close to him because I feel like the elbows are going to hit me.
You know what?
That's some pussy shit. Yeah.
What if an elbow would have hit you? What's your first reaction?
He's gonna
I'm gonna start punching him.
Yeah, you got to squab up too. You got to jump in it.
He's gonna
It's a
fall.
real brawl.
So he's beating up Kelpy and I'm fighting him from behind. It's like a whole little chain reaction. No, I would not beat up Suspect for the record.
I'm minding my business. Ain't got nothing to do with me.
See, that's how I felt at first. I'm like, I'm gonna just walk away. They can figure this shit out. And then I'm like, no, wait, it's your podcast. You got to do something.
So Griffin, you would just watch them?
I would have watched because it ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? That's blatant. The man felt blatantly disrespected. You know what I mean? He provoked him, and
You can't call a man a bitch, man.
Because, okay, this is the primary question, and I think this is why this clip is going to prove to be something that goes like hella viral beyond how viral it's already gone, is because there's really a conversation to be had from watching the full 9 minutes or even like the 1.5 minute clip that I put on Twitter is like, did he cross the line? Who is in the right? Because you're seeing a ton of comments basically saying that Suspect was in the right. If another man calls you a bitch, it's within your right to beat the dog shit out of him. And then you're kind of seeing the other side that is like, you get no points for beating up this little white boy, and you didn't even knock him out. You know, that's kind of like the other side.
Niggas got to stop doing that.
They always finna say you didn't
They're
knock him out.
always going, like, I tell you, niggas move the goalpost so much.
Yeah, right.
If you call somebody a bitch, and you got to be ready for what comes with that, because, hey, God forbid, something happens to Kelpy, something happens to Almighty Suspect, they're going to go to the same jail and going to have to deal with the same type of shit. So you can't sit there and say it's not this, it's not that. I look at it two different ways. One way, all right, this is the podcast. Let's try to be professional about it. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, I probably would have did it outside of the camera because I don't want them to. First, they're gonna say you being a nigga, you being this, you being X, Y, Z. But then on the other hand, like you can't call that man no bitch.
I was
and
thinking
expect
about
nothing
how
happen with that.
I was thinking if AD was in Suspect's chair for that conversation and somehow ended up in the same place that Suspect was in that moment, would you do that? I don't think you would, but I think that maybe for like the first 6 months that you were here, you probably would have. And I feel like you've kind of grown and you would be able to handle it in a different way. Although I think you would obviously kind of spaz out. You'd be like, you are not allowed to call me a bitch. You would have handled it differently. But I don't think you would have swung on him because you've just been in this environment too long. Let's be real. Suspect has been on the show like 10 times or something, maybe 15 times, 20 times. I don't know, but like not that much.
And then me fighting Kelpy is like a fucking bear fighting a fucking pencil. So I wouldn't even hit. Now that was the roles was reversed. Then you could say, okay, AD, you tripping. You don't get no points for that. You know, Almighty's a more skinny guy.
True.
He's more of his, weight class.
Right.
But still, I still wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like
He would. You literally might have like
if Kelpy,
you might have a manslaughter charge.
Yeah,
If you actually.
If I would have
me beating
gave
on
him
him-
15 punches, he meeting Tupac.
That's what I'm saying.
Yo, like optically, me or you doing it would have looked bad.
Bad,
Like,
super bad.
really bad.
I think it's a double-edged sword, whatever the case may be.
I'm about to do the
because
same thing to you.
it's a double-edged sword no matter what, because if you hit him, you know what I mean, you're looked at as this bad person. If you don't do anything at all, then you looked at as a bitch. Oh, you didn't do nothing because he called you
And
a
that's
bitch.
exactly what they
You know
gonna
I
say.
mean? So it's like, even if you hit him, oh hell yeah, he held his ground. That's a real ass nigga. But even if you hit him, oh, he shouldn't have hit him. So you're never gonna win in situations like that.
I've been that guy. I've been the guy who had a fight video go viral and everybody was just clowning me, saying that I didn't punch him hard enough. Now, to be fair, the clip of me is way worse than what Suspect like really beat the dog shit out of him.
That
Like,
shit was cool though.
nah, but I kind of like my punch looked like whack as
But
fuck.
the thing
it's
is-
hella obvious I hadn't been in a fight in many years
If you're
at that
standing
point.
above somebody, there's nothing they could really do.
That is true,
All
yeah,
he could
yeah.
do at
And
that
that
point is
shows
just
you
try
really
to
have to
protect
drop
That
himself.
off.
showed me Kelpy ain't had a fight at
No,
all because
no.
he didn't know how to block.
But to
No.
be fair, he's in a podcast, so he's not expecting someone to fucking rain blows
Nigga.
upon him. This ain't Festivus.
As soon as somebody hits you, that adrenaline supposed to crack up. You feel me?
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that. As soon
supposed
as
to know that.
someone
Soon he-
stand up.
But when
nigga,
you're
he
seated,
spit,
man-
got up, and got 15 punches off on that nigga.
Do you notice
he
how-
turned him to Kratos?
Suspect
he
was
has a
mad-
big red thing on his eye now.
Suspect was mad respectful of the NoJumper set because he literally like spits, stands up, tosses his headphones backwards, and then starts punching. Like he was really conscious of not damaging these $30 headphones, which you got to appreciate that.
No, and it sucks though because the thing about the Suspect is this: he's a currently active rapper.
Right.
If you call a currently active rapper a bitch, even if he were to be like, I hear you. We gonna talk after this. We gonna talk. We gonna handle this outside. It don't matter because the clip that's gonna go viral is him being called a bitch and not doing anything. Then he's considered a mark.
Motherfuckers are still talking about Academics getting called a bitch by Vic Mensa because he didn't.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, like, and what does everybody say? Everybody says Academics should have fired on him. And Academics should have beat the shit out of him. I mean,
And he
no.
he probably would have lost the whole situation.
It would have been bad. Like
Yeah,
Academics,
yeah.
Complex, you ain't coming back.
Yeah, I kinda
No
feel-
Jumper, apparently you can come
Yeah, I
back.
feel
But
bad for Kelpy.
I do.
I feel like
I do.
I feel like
I'll tell you.
after I feel
I
like
don't feel
after
bad for
I
him.
feel like after
Hold on.
firing on him, it's kind of like because I feel like he kind of like on the spectrum a little bit. So I feel like
he's just a regular kid.
No, that boy's not all there.
I don't think
What?
he's all
No,
there.
that boy's not all there. And I'll tell
Man,
you what.
he's all there. It's
Listen,
clout. He wants
first
the
of all,
clout.
Kelpy, when you come in for that interview next week, bring your medical records. I want
First
to
of
see
all,
what your
he
mental
was
health
off
is
the
like.
kratom. That fool was mixing up the kratom.
Shut the
right
fuck
before.
up.
He was literally like, "Yeah, I'm just mixing up my kratom."
Oh, that
right
explains
before.
it. That's what he was wilding for.
Listen, so I was outside because I had an interview simultaneously.
I can't believe you just brought up Kratom.
Me and speaking of a potential sponsor, let's fucking
Yeah.
go.
All the Kratom brands, check in. We got
Yeah.
a perfect guy for you to endorse. His name's Lil Kelpy.
And Raid the Shadow Legends.
Raid
Kratom, Shadow Legends.
So I'm outside, and as I come back in, I see what's his face posted up.
ODM Slim.
ODM Slim posted up with Kelpy, and Kelpy's got the 2 304s with him, and they literally look like wet poodles. You know what I mean? Like they look like they have not showered in several weeks, super downtrodden.
Kelpy's at home. My bitches bathe.
Their acne has acne. No, they fucking take bird baths.
I bathe my bitches.
They take bird baths at the YMCA, 1,000% confirmed. Now,
Damn, that's kind of hot.
I
I might have to Google that later.
And I was like, "Yo, what's up, Kelpy?" And at that moment when I saw him, and I
Move out the way, bitch.
and I dapped him up, I was like, this is a small lost child. I just felt it in my soul. It really it was a heartbreaking moment for me. I was just like, damn, this kid is.
Let me tell you something. This is all this boils down to, and I know what the fuck happened. You don't change who you are within a week or 2 weeks. So when he sat down with Sharp and he sat down with Almighty, they disrespected the fuck out of that guy.
Yeah.
So you know what he did? He went to 55th Street.
Yep.
He said, I'm about to line up with the Crips. He got ODM Slim managing him.
Putting a battery in
He
his
probably
back.
felt that power like, I got the Lokes now. So he
hope he's
came in here
yeah.
and he tried to get that energy and turned up and it backfired.
But I hope he's just managing them on like an artist development level. I hope he did not actually enter the Crip Mac alley. Because Kelpy, you do not need to be a gangbanger. Hopefully, ODM Slim, I fuck with you. And ODM Slim is the reason why.
Shout out ODM Slim.
Shouts to ODM.
As soon as it happened, when I was like maybe worried about like, oh shit, where's this gonna go? And then I'm like, this dude's getting managed by ODM Slim. ODM Slim's a real one. He's gonna make sure that we're able to sort this out on a gentlemanly like basis. Although honestly, me and Kelpy just kind of sorted it out ourselves, which is why we are now talking about it like 3 weeks later.
Well,
2 weeks later.
Suspect was even saying prior to. Like he said that ODM was low key trying to push his line when he first got there.
He did say
trying
that.
to intimidate him on some bully shit.
He did say that.
But
ODM was trying to intimidate.
Josh was-
Suspect?
Josh says cap. Josh says cap.
You don't believe that, Josh?
No, they were talking for a minute, but I didn't necessarily feel that same energy.
I was shocked afterwards because when I'm doing the interview with Lil Kelpy, I'm not even knowing that he has anything to do with ODM Slim. Just so you know, Griffey, ODM Slim is the dude who was managing. He was managing Crip Mac. You know who Crip Mac is?
Yeah.
Okay, and he's basically just like a known dude from his neighborhood. Let's put it that way. Right. And he's a respectable dude, and he's managing people and
Cool as
doing
fuck.
other shit.
Really
cool
cool.
guy, yeah.
Really
But I
cool.
didn't know that he was managing Kelpy or whatever. So after the fight breaks out, I'm in my office just wondering what the fuck I'm going to do, texting my fucking girl, explaining the situation, and then I hear ODM Slim reprimanding Kelpy, and I'm not knowing why the fuck he's even here, never mind why he's talking to him, and then I realized that ODM Slim's actually mad at Kelpy for the way that he was talking to Suspect, and you can kind of see that playing out at the end of the clip, where like ODM was not stoked on the way that this went down.
Batman, where the fuck were you, dog?
That's what I'm saying. You
Thanks a lot, Batman.
This is what happens when I retire.
He wasn't doing his job. Where were you? You must be
Where
so
were
pissed
you?
you can't insert yourself in the middle of this.
I was itching.
Well, he did have a community
would've
clip,
got-
for the record.
A couple.
AD, you're like a typical old Italian guy. You're like a typical old Italian stereotype.
I think you're a typical old Italian guy.
If I was there, it would have been a lot different. Like,
Yo, but it's so hard to like be like the boss and be like, hey, here's this thing. We all know about it. I'm not sending anybody the video, and you all can't talk about it for like weeks because we might really be fucked in this situation. So that was like kind of weird because that's a lot to ask, especially when you have peripheral characters like the Punstigator who goes to the fucking live show and stands up and gets on the mic and asks us about this and forces me and Suspect to just lie our asses off and be like, what's he talking about? I don't understand what's going on. And I heard that a situation might have almost even unfolded in the crowd after that because somebody was pissed off at him for asking that question. So yeah, life gets complicated when you got these drama queens in your life.
do you understand what a bonding experience for all of us in the office that was? Like
Standing around the
we got
computer,
to
yeah.
watch it together. Like I felt so close to all of y'all at that moment. And Flacco's over there trying to clean up Kelpy's blood.
Flacco
off
did.
the crowd.
Flacco was in there when it happened.
Yeah.
And he's like, you can hear him being
Wait, what
part
did he
of it.
do?
Wait, he cleaned
Absolutely
up whose
nothing.
blood?
He
He
was
kind of
trying
ran
to-
over and broke it up, but like kind of a half-hearted
Bell-
attempt.
who did you
I think.
tell?
Belt
Get him.
broke that up. Belt broke it up.
Me?
You said, like, I'm pretty sure you said get him, like grab him. Somebody grabbed him.
Josh said that to Belt.
Oh, that was Josh.
Yeah. And immediately afterwards or whatever, we go in there. Kelpy, like, he he leaking. Like
Yeah.
he looked anemic or some shit. That shit was just coming out of all pores. And then
He look like my nigga Naruto
bruh.
when he got punched out.
This fool got, bless his soul. This fool fucking Flacco's like grabs like a paper towel. He's trying to clean up blood off the ground. Josh is reprimanding him like, Flacco, stop. It was,
Why did you not want him to clean up blood?
He's not in
Oh,
here.
he's not even in here. We got to clean up the blood, Josh. What, Josh wanted to drink it later?
This is
Fucking
too
vampire?
much blood in 1 year here.
brother,
Well, it was that. What
First
the
it was
other blood?
Twisty, and then it was this.
Oh, I remember Twisty.
a lot of blood.
A lot of blood.
Somehow the Twisty situation, we seemed to sort of skated past that because there was no video, so it was just a story.
No,
well,
but
no, there was.
He
Yeah,
walked in on the show.
Twisty P was just hitting me up. He wants to do the podcast, but like I feel like everybody that fucks with him that used to, like, that was the reason why he came around in the first place doesn't fuck with him anymore. Like I'm pretty sure House Fun and Blasey don't want to do content with him, so I kind of don't know what to tell him.
Shoot niggas for fun.
He did. He said that. Yeah.
Direct quote.
Direct quote.
Direct.
Birkenstocks. There you go. Anyway, what else do we have to say about this situation? What can we learn from this? First off,
nothing.
I think we can learn that we should not hit people on the podcast, which we already kind of knew. That was pretty obvious. But definitely suspect should really focus on not doing that again.
Yeah, and if you're a guest on NoJumper, you need to be able to feel safe, and
Yeah.
some shit like that's not gonna
I
happen.
think we should lead with love and not violence, and I think
Yes.
we should love each other.
Off top.
No, that would be nice.
Yeah, don't call nobody no bitch. Then you get love.
That's a good point, too.
And Kelpy, your bitches need to shower before they come next time.
Kelpy was still calling him a bitch from the couch with his shit leaking.
Fire.
He's like, you a bitch. You still a bitch.
See,
At least he
Almighty, you
stood
got to
on
go
it.
back in.
Yeah.
Give him 15 more.
You owe him one.
That shit was crazy.